is basically a filler video until the Furblets come out. They have, I think they're being released today, but obviously I need to get some. So I decided to do this video as I am an artist, and this is just my general views on AI. They may not be your views. It's just how I feel towards AI and how a lot of artists have, well, obviously we all kind of hate people making money on AI stuff instead of commissioning actual proper artists. Now, first of all, I think AI has its place. So, like, if you can't draw or whatever, you can use it to create images. Yeah, it's better to learn how to draw yourself, but some people just can't do it. They just basically struggle and they just can't do it. Not everyone is an artist, not everyone can draw. So it's a way for people who can't draw to actually be able to. And, that's fair enough, if they want to use that as to create images. Some artists also use it as a point of inspiration. So, for example, my friend was messing around with AI images and she has used them to sort of like inspire her for her paintings. So there's another use it can have. Obviously, the biggest thing about AI that is not so good, and people will always abuse everything because that's what people are like, is the fact that they will use AI and sell it and say it's their own original creation, which it is not. Anyone can put a prompt into an AI generator and create an image. You can fine tune your images. Like, you start off with an image and it doesn't look right, you can actually sort of fine tune it, but still at the same time it's being created by a bot. It's not you doing it, really. It is your imagination, don't get me wrong. I know there's people out there who are probably going to be saying, oh, but not everyone can do that, and this and that. Let's face it, it's not created by you. Not really, is it? It's created by a bot. So there is that as well. And then, of course, the other thing will be big studios and whatnot, and it's already started to happen. I can't remember which ones it was, but they were creating posters for video games and they were AI generated. Instead of employing artists to do it, they do it because it saves them money. And yes, I get that, because obviously, as a big company, you want to save the money and everything, and that's fair enough. I can see that side of it, but I also see the side, obviously, of the artist. And some artists, they make a living from their work, and with AI being so much easier to create anything, basically, it's going to be difficult for a lot of artists who do rely on selling their work to live, as it is their job. And the biggest artists won't be affected by AI because people commission them because they like their style or whatever. I can think of a few artists off the top of my head on Twitter, and people flock to their artwork, and they will just basically, they probably won't be affected. Smaller artists might be. And then there's other people that I've seen that do Patreon and stuff like that, and it's AI artwork, and they like have a Patreon, and they do AI generated images of characters that aren't even theirs to begin with. They're off like a TV show or something in various things, and they're just using a bot to create all this artwork, and people are paying to see it. That is wrong. For a start off, it's not your character. And for another thing, you're paying someone to basically write prompts into a bot, which anyone can do. You could get the software yourself and do it. So paying people to do that is just pointless. It really is. That's my view. It might create a debate in the comments, and I do look at things from like all points of view if I can. But my view is, if it takes money away from actual artists, don't do it. But AI still has its place. It can still be used as a creative tool. It can still be used to help inspire people, and it can still be used to help those people who can't draw and just can't do it to create, which is great. There's a lot of people. So basically, this website here, Night Cafe, one of my friends was on it. I didn't even know it was a gallery site, so I joined last night and I created a load of different images. They're not anything that's amazing. I will go down to the bottom of this gallery and show you them in order. So this is a community of people who make AI artwork. Whether they're artists or not, it's just people who make AI artwork. So I started out by doing Rude Dog, different pictures of him. I did use another AI site, which is Bing, which is a Microsoft site, and I find that they did that particular style a lot better than Night Cafe does. The bull terriers on Night Cafe don't look quite how I want them to, but you know, it just depends what filters and that you use. So Night Cafe has loads of different filters. It's got like 30 of them. It can do it in different styles. So if you type something in like bull terrier on a surfboard, and then put in different kind of like, you choose which different style you want it to be in. You could have it fantasy, you could have it video game, you could have a mecha, you know, a robot bull terrier, anything. If you pick one of those, it will do that in the style that you've chosen. So I went through and I did a load of like cyberpunk bull terriers, and this one here is like the one on the right is like a CGI Pixar type bull terrier, and the one next to it. And then I did some Salukis and Borzois running through the woods, and they don't really look like Borzois. And a few of these animals have had 5 legs instead of 4, because, you know, AI. And I did a dragon, and it doesn't do very well with dragons at all, to be fair. It has, the other dragon that I did had 5 legs, and its wings weren't attached. This was the best one. I did a few wolves. I started trying to do Silwolf in on the thing. So I basically wrote in a description of that I thought it would follow. It hasn't really got it. It's got it a bit, but I find that it's more useful as like a generalized thing. So if you try to describe your character or whatever, like in detail, it takes a lot for it to actually turn out like how you want it. But the purple and white wolf with the swirls, it sort of works. So I did a load of them. And then I started doing them in different styles. So it's like sort of an oriental type foo dog style thing there. And then mechas. Did some robot ones. And then a random surfing capybara, because why not? Sort of a galaxy dachshund. Some hyenas. A rat there. Sort of a fierce type Silwolfy thing. And then I started to do Furbies because, you know, Furbies, people quite like them. A macaw as well. Its wings are a bit weird. I did some cats. And it's just anything that sort of, you know, that people would kind of like to look at. But it was also things that I like as well. So I like guinea pigs, and I like foxes, and I like wolves and cats, and, you know, Furbies and stuff. And then these are the ones I did this morning. So you've got, I typed in a wolf with tiger stripes, and it gave me something that was a cross between a wolf and a tiger. But it couldn't quite get the hang of like horns or spikes. I wanted it to wear a spike collar, just didn't do that. And this one here, the third one along the top, I wanted her to be wearing a spike collar, and it put her in armour. So it kind of gets a little bit confused, and then that's it. But the thing about this community is, when I post my actual artwork on the gallery sites that I'm a member of, it gets hardly any interest, hardly any favourites, hardly any comments. Years ago, as any artist that's been around for a while will tell you, DeviantArt was a thriving community of artists. I made so many new friends on DeviantArt, and there was like chat, and, you know, we talked about the art, we communicated, and it was amazing. But as the years have gone by, people just like and run, and half the times they don't even do that. They just kind of scroll. And it's sad because you put all this effort into your work and no one's really interested. No one particularly cares. And I've seen some artists do amazing detailed things, and then they kind of like get no interest. And then they do something that's taken them like 10 minutes and people love it, which is bizarre. I think it's just what appeals to people. But the thing is about this this Night Cafe community, the people there are really nice. They comment and they show interest, they follow you, they like appreciate the ideas you've come up with. They favourite, and I've got so many of these badges here. You can like earn badges, which kind of gives you more, because it's basically you can only create these if you have like points. So you get, I think it's like 12 points a day or something like that. And you can also get points by interacting with people. So you can obviously pay for them as well. So I ended up with tons of these points because people were commenting and I was favoriting and liking other people's things and following other people and replying to people. And it was just in basically, I don't know, a few hours that I spent last night on this site. And the sad thing is this is just all stuff that's done with prompts from people's descriptions. And it makes these images. And yet the community on here is better than the community on the actual art sites. And that's the thing I couldn't get over. I mean, I just did this for fun, you know? But it makes you feel like people appreciate what you've come up with. You know, they love the Furbies and the guinea pigs and the wolves, and, you know, you come up with some really neat things. The aesthetics and stuff like that and the composition and stuff, yes, all right, the bot does all of it. It's just basically, you know, a lot of these things, I typed in, I don't know, cosmic guinea pig, and then put different filters on it, and it came up with different types of guinea pigs that were kind of, you know, all like cosmic guinea pigs. So I wasn't even saying what the background should be or anything. I was just a cosmic guinea pig. And it just came up with all of this. And you can make really stunning looking things. But it's crazy because it's just like being made for you. And yet the community is really nice. You know, people are really into it. I don't know how many of these other people like draw themselves or whether they're just, you know, AI people who create images with AI. But yeah, so, you know, love it or hate it, AI is probably here to stay, and it has been getting better and better as time's been going on. And I think, yeah, AI definitely has its place, like I said. It's a useful tool. You can create stuff like this and join communities of people, and, you know, everyone's fully aware of what it is. It is AI. And it also calls them creations. It doesn't call them artwork or anything like that. It calls them creations, which they are. They're created. They're AI created things. They're images. So you can do that. Or, you know, you can use it to inspire you and things like that. So that's the better side of it. But like I said, if it takes money away from actual artists, then no, I'm afraid, you know, that's the bad side of it. But everything has a good side and a bad side. And I think that if it's used correctly, AI is quite fun. But, you know, just don't be a dick and kind of use it, like steal people's artwork and feed it into it and stuff like that. And in fact, probably a lot of these have had stuff fed into them. You know, whatever bot this is probably full of people's artwork and stuff like that. And all of these images are created from a bunch of other people's images. But at the same time, I think this is how it works. You cannot copyright AI images, and the general community of AI creators don't like you to put a watermark on your stuff because, again, it's made up of things that aren't yours. So anyone could take one of these images and, I don't know, put it where they like. I suppose they could do that with real artwork as well, but how they've kind of got around it is by it kind of makes it harder to sort of copyright and make it your own. So which I suppose is as good as you can get. Hopefully they'll bring in some more laws and rules and things like that and help make it like a more controlled community thing, other than and not something that just runs away and becomes, you know, that just basically kicks actual artists out, because that would be awful, you know, to actually get rid of people who do create stuff properly with their hands and that from their own minds, etc. Yeah, if it comes to that, no, that's not good. But hopefully, it will have its place, and it will be an asset instead of something that's a problem. So yeah. Anyway, what are your guys' views on AI? I'd like to hear from perhaps artists or even people who aren't artists. Are you not an artist and you use AI to create pictures? You know, or are you an artist and you use it for inspiration? What, you know, do you hate it? Do you love it? Are you a bit don't care? You know, I'd like to hear, because discussions are always fun. Right, so that's all for this video. You can see more art-related stuff in the boxes coming up below. You can check out my Etsy New Monday stores. I am an artist and I do take commissions, and I create plushes and other artwork too. You can buy me a coffee on Ko-fi if you enjoy what I do. So stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Sylph signing off.